Hello there. 7Edition welcomes you to 2019. I'm Otto Othman. Here are your top stories. Nationwide smoke ban to extend to other zones. Police spoil fireworks syndicate worth over 2 million ringgit. And several dead while dozens missing in latest Indonesia tragedy. The Health Ministry will ban smoking at laundriettes and hotels nationwide in the near future. Its Minister, Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad, said currently only 9 types of premises, including eateries, have been gazetted as no smoking zones. Speaking to the media after visiting several smoke-free eateries in Kuala Lumpur today, Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli said the ministry received requests from various parties to extend the smoking ban to the 2 zones where many smokers light up.
Hari demi hari kita akan kenal pasti lagi. Saya tadi bersempatan memerhatikan ada lagi tempat-tempat awam seumpama di laundrette, ya. Di laundrette juga pun adalah tempat di mana terkadang kali ada orang yang merokok di situ dan mendedahkan asap rokok secara passive smoking kepada anak-anak yang ada di situ. Itu yang tidak termasuk lagi di situ. Mungkin kami akan dari masa ke semasa, Dr. Chong selaku timbalan KPK akan menambahnya dari masa ke semasa, ya.
The minister and a team of health and environment officers conducted checks at various eateries near Bandar Permaisuri in Cheras. It is part of the ministry's efforts to raise awareness on the smoking ban, which came into force today. Now, a total of 5,008 health and environment officers under ministry have been tasked with monitoring and issuing verbal warnings to smokers and food operators who violate the no smoking ruling which came into effect today. Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli said enforcement officers would focus more on educating the public for now and will issue compounds only to reluctant offenders.
Pegawai persekitaran kesihatan dan penolongnya diberi kuasa untuk compound. Not police, them. They have the enforcement power, to enforce and to issue a compound on the premise owners and also on individuals.
He reiterated that for the first 6 months, Health Ministry officers would not issue fines but take note of repeat offenders. Under the new ruling, those caught smoking in prohibited areas will be fined up to 10,000 ringgit or face 2 years jail. Eateries found to have allowed customers to light up will be slammed with a maximum fine of 2,500 ringgit. Smokers are allowed to light up 3 meters away from the establishments. Johor Police seized fireworks and firecrackers valued at an estimated 2.08 million ringgit yesterday afternoon and arrested 4 syndicate members aged between 18 and 25. It was the biggest amount of fireworks seized last year. State Police Chief Datuk Muhammad Khalil Kadir Muhammad said in the 2 p.m. raid in Iskandar Putri, 2 vehicles belonging to the syndicate valued at 120,000 ringgit were also seized. The raid was carried out by a team from the Region 2 Marine Police Force. Police also seized 4 mobile phones.
Hasil daripada rampasan ini, kita nilaikan anggarannya ialah 2.2 juta termasuk harga kenderaan. Yang mana nilai mercun dan bunga api itu sahaja ialah 2.08 million.
The 4 suspects are believed to have been hired for between 1,500 ringgit and 2,000 ringgit to move the contraband since November. They have been remanded until tomorrow to help in the investigation. Police believe the fireworks and firecrackers are for the upcoming festive season and for a local market. The case was being investigated under the Explosives Act 1957, which carries a penalty of a maximum jail sentence of 7 years or a 10,000 ringgit fine, or both upon conviction. Tomorrow's cabinet meeting, expected to decide on new pump prices for RON95 petrol and diesel, will take into consideration the interest of both sellers and consumers. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said the government hopes to be able to reduce the price of fuel, but all aspects must first be considered.
Kita suka nak turun, tapi orang yang jual minyak pun nak kena buat duit sikit. Kalau dia tak buat duit, dia tak jual minyak, kita tak dapat minyak. Jadi kita kena timbang antara pembeli dengan penjual.
Tun Dr. Mahathir was met after attending the E-Kasih Back to School program at Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Kedawang in Langkawi. Putrajaya initially planned for a system to set fuel prices monthly effective January 1st, but halted the plan after petrol dealers complained that this would cause them to incur severe losses. Yesterday, Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said in a statement that the retail prices for RON97, RON95 and diesel will remain unchanged at RM2.50, RM2.20 and RM2.18 per litre, respectively, for several days until the cabinet meeting. Malaysia welcomes Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong's stand in wanting to resolve its recent and ongoing issues with Putrajaya in a calm and constructive manner. Tun Dr. Mahathir said the move is in line with Malaysia's own stand, which is focused on negotiation and not confrontation.
Kita punya perhubungan dengan Singapura baik, ada masalah lah, tapi masalah boleh diselesaikan dengan secara rundingan. Bukan secara konfrontasi, bukan secara kecaman melalui media.
Hsien Loong, in his 2019 New Year message, stressed that Singapore and Malaysia will need to resolve issues between them while maintaining good overall relations. He said both countries must manage specific problems, however difficult, while preserving the overall relationship. The what to do so is, though, through equality and mutual respect, upholding international commitments and the rule of law. Effective midnight on January 1st, the abolishment of toll for motorcycles on the Pulau Pinang Bridge and the Sultan Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah Bridge took effect. The move, announced in the 2019 budget, was welcomed by motorcyclists on both the bridges. According to the Works Ministry, the abolishment of toll for motorcyclists benefits some 20,000 and 2,000 users on the Pulau Pinang Bridge and the second bridge, respectively.
Saya sebagai pengguna dah guna jambatan ni pada lama dah. Saya rasa cukup bersyukur dah tak ada tol, at least meringankan bebanan lah untuk pengguna yang macam kerja di pulau-pulau, tiap-tiap hari ulang-alik kan. At least satu meringankan beban mereka lah.
Jadi mungkin satu hadiah terbaru lah kot.
Mungkin hadiah terbaru, kerajaan baru untuk kita lah.
Masa untuk Pulau Pinang ni okey lah kalau kita buat ni kan. Kita pun selalu ulang-alik ke tempat kerja kan. Okey, bagus lah untuk kerja-kerja yang naik motor ni kan. Jimat banyak? Memang jimat. Jimat banyak daripada kita naik kereta kan. Baguslah kita masukkan.
Saya pun terkejut juga. Saya tak ingat ini hari sudah tak ada cas itu. Tol. Saya ada nampak surat khabar tetapi saya tak tahu bila. Saya ini hari mau pergi countdown saja, mana tahu ada berita ini.
Okay, so lepas ni you tak payah bayar SPP lah, jimat duit lah.
Jimat sikit lah.
You kerja di pulau ke dekat seberang?
Sana, Bukit Mentajam.
Selalu tak masuk pulau?
Satu bulan lebih kurang 5 kali.
Macam tu lah, tapi jimat banyak lah kalau
memanglah. Free mah, mesti jimat.
Before the abolishment, motorcyclists had to pay RM1.40 at the Pulau Pinang Bridge, while the rate was RM1.70 for the other bridge. In the meantime, as promised, the abolishment of toll collection for motorcycles at the Tanjung Kupang Toll Plaza, the Malaysia-Singapore second link, Link 2 Expressway near Gelang Patah, Johor, came into effect around the same time. The move benefits some 50,000 residents around Johor Bahru, especially those working in Singapore. According to Deputy Transport Minister Muhammad Anwar Muhammad Tahir, the abolishment of toll is the government's gift to Malaysians who make to and fro journeys between Malaysia and Singapore.
Dengan ketiadaan kutipan tol bagi motosikal di Plaza Tol Tanjung Kupang mulai
hari ini. Kira-kira 50,000 penduduk di sekitar Johor Bahru yang menggunakan plaza tol ini secara harian akan mendapat manfaat jangka panjang. Selain itu, mereka juga akan mendapat penjimatan kos di antara RM24.20 sehingga RM66 sebulan berdasarkan kiraan hari bekerja purata 22 hari atau 30 hari sebulan.
Before the abolishment, the toll rate for motorcycles is RM1.10 at the Tanjung Kupang Toll Plaza.
Terima kasih pada Mahathir lah kerana dia cancel tol ni. Jadi kita senang lah. Kita kerana up down, kita 1 bulan nak kena bayar RM30. Tak patut apa kita naik motor pun nak kena bayar kan. Jadi ini first toll kita kena bayar sini. Yang the rest semua tak ada bayar punya. Kat mana-mana tak ada bayar. Jadi ini je first toll nak kena bayar.
Ini satu pendekatan yang bagus lah yang dilakukan oleh kerajaan kita, di mana sekarang ni kalau kita tengok sebelum ni tol dikenakan untuk setiap pengguna motosikal RM1.10 pergi dan balik. Tapi sekarang ni apa yang diberikan oleh kerajaan untuk rakyat kita secara langsung menyenangkan kita lah sebagai pengguna motosikal yang hari-hari pergi dan balik ke Singapura untuk bekerja.
Baguslah bang, boleh reduce kita punya cost, living cost, travelling cost, everything lah.
Now, Singapore's Transport Ministry said today that it will follow Malaysia in abolishing tolls on motorcycles on the second link between the two countries. Malaysia had been collecting RM1.10 per motorcycle up till today, while Singapore levied a 40 cents in Singapore currency or RM1.21 charged on its end. The ministry's spokesperson said it took note of Malaysia's removal of motorcycle toll charges at the second link, and Singapore's long-standing policy is to match Malaysia's toll rates. It said Singapore will match the removal of motorcycle tolls at the second link from 21st January 2019. In the federal capital, 26 people were nabbed in an entertainment outlet in a New Year's Eve operation conducted by the Immigration Department. They were mostly Thai and Vietnam nationals aged between 20 and 40. According to Kuala Lumpur Immigration Director Hamidi Adam, in the 11:30 p.m. raid, those nabbed were found to have entered the country using their social visit pass. A local man was among the 26 picked up. He was believed to be the caretaker of one of the premises raided. All of them have been taken to the Immigration Department headquarters in Kuala Lumpur for further action. Now, still in the capital, 18 drivers were found to have been under the influence of alcohol in an operation under Ops Mabuk conducted also in the wee hours of New Year's Eve. They were detected at 5 main locations in the federal capital. According to Kuala Lumpur Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Deputy Chief Superintendent Sarifuddin Muhammad Saleh, 2 men were also detained. The duo were found to have participated in illegal racing and are being probed under the Road Transport Act 1987. Police also held 3 other motorists when their vehicles were found to have fake registration plates. The operation was conducted by a team of 20 officers and 187 personnel. Their focus areas is also included KLCC, Bukit Bintang and Putrajaya. Meanwhile, in Selangor, 375 motorists were slapped with summonses for flouting various traffic regulations in an integrated operation in the state. Selangor Road Transport Department RTD Director Nazli Muhammad Talib said most of them did not possess a valid driving license. He said there were also those who did not renew the road tax, while others had their vehicles modified. Besides the RTD, the integrated operation also involved the Immigration Department and other enforcement agencies. The operation started at 11:30 p.m. and ended at midnight. The enforcement team was stationed at the Sunway Toll Plaza. In the operation, 11 foreign nationals were also held for flouting immigration regulations. More than 40 vehicles were seized in the operation. Coming up, man gets away with kidnapping attempt. Or is it really? Find out after this. Thank you for staying with us. Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's term as an interim Prime Minister has never been discussed at the Pakatan Harapan PH Presidential Council's meeting. Its Secretary General, Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah, said today that PH only made the decision that Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim would be appointed to the post after Tun Dr. Mahathir. He said this in Pahang today when asked whether there was a concrete agreement for Tun Dr. Mahathir as an interim Prime Minister for only 2 years. Datuk Saifuddin, who is also the Foreign Minister, said both Tun Dr. Mahathir and Datuk Sri Anwar should be able to determine the best time for transfer of power. The issue of transfer of power was brought up by several delegates at the Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia Bersatu Annual General Assembly over the weekend, who suggested that Tun Dr. Mahathir be allowed 1 full term. A total of 20 couples from the Royal Malaysian Police (PDRM) were married in a mass wedding ceremony recently, held for the first time at the Police Training Centre, Pulau Pol in Kuala Lumpur. The December 29 wedding celebrated the nuptials of a police officer, 16 other ranks and 5 personnel from the police force. The mass wedding ceremony from the PDRM workforce will be an annual event in collaboration with Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad. All 20 couples solemnized their marriages in the morning while the reception was held at noon.
Majlis yang penuh sejarah yang julung kali kita adakan. Ini sebenarnya pertama kali diadakan dan kita mengucapkan terima kasih khususnya kepada CEO Bank Muamalat Datuk yang mengambil inisiatif ini dan kita telah menyahut usaha murni beliau ini.
Kami ada buat kajian dan dalam kajian kami mendapati yang antara sebab-sebab orang berhutang ialah sebab mereka berkahwin. Jadi kami nak membantu sedikit dari segi kos ni dan kita tidak mahu beban hutang disebabkan perkahwinan.
Bank Muamalat contributed 100,000 ringgit for the mass wedding ceremony, which was planned since October 16th, but was only arranged within a month.
Sebab pasangan pengantin yang untuk program ni tak perlu keluarkan apa-apa pun kecuali untuk yang nikah lah, untuk hantaran apa semua. Untuk makan dan pelamin, persediaan semua penganjur yang sediakan. So kita orang just hadir, memang mudah lah, so memang senang.
Memang dapat bantu sangat-sangat lah. Daripada situ memang saya dah banyak cut kos habis lah. Sebab dah buat majlis kat belah sini kan. So nanti kemungkinan dekat kampung pun buat belah perempuan je lah. Kemungkinan macam tu lah.
Semua sama-sama happy, sama-sama bahagia lah. Masing-masing ada cara sendiri-sendiri.
May the couples have a blessed and happy journey together for eternity.
2, 3.
Now let's hop on to Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making rounds in the cyber world today. Child adoption is a major fear among parents, making headlines or news around the world on almost daily basis. A man was caught red-handed recently when he attempted to kidnap a girl who was walking by herself. The incident reportedly occurred at the Sri Melati Mosque in Selayang and was caught on CCTV. The 39-second video, which went viral on Facebook, shows the man walking past by a young child casually. Seeing the opportunity, he quickly pulled her close and covered her mouth, a mere second before the presumed mom of the child came out from a nearby entrance. What's surprising is how calm the situation became afterwards and how the man easily got away. Now, don't worry just yet, because apparently the police, who have received several reports on the viral video, said it was actually not a kidnapping attempt, as assumed by many. They are in the midst of finding more information on the incident before they can shed light on what really happened. So to our viewers, sometimes we need to look beyond the viral video, as assumptions may prove to be detrimental to the individuals involved. Now, updated as of 7 p.m., here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. Up next, car mows revelers, injuring at least 9. This and more when we return.